With the reports coming out, it looks like Erik Ten Hag is set to be announced as Manchester United manager. I thought I'd do a little bit on his backstory. Who is he? Where's he come from? And why is he about to be announced as the Manchester United manager? So let's take it back. Erik Ten Hag was born in 1970 in Haksbergen in the Netherlands. And at the age of 19, he started a football career in 1989 at FC Twente as a centre-back. Over a 13-year career, Ten Hag played in a number of Dutch clubs, including De Graafschap, Waalwijk and Utrecht, but twice returned to FC Twente, where at the age of 32, he finally hung up his boots in 2002. Ten Hag didn't really pull any trees up during his career, but was a consistent sort of Dutch National League level sort of centre-back and had a reasonably long career. He also managed to bag himself a trophy in his penultimate season where he did win the KNVB Cup with Twente. But it's management where Ten Hag really started to grow his name, and after hanging up his playing boots, Ten Hag soon embarked on a profession that would really start to put him on the map with coaching. He gained all sorts of coaching experience over a 10-year period, which included coaching at FC Twente, where he did the 17s and the 19s before he became the assistant manager to Fred Rutten, and then eventually Steve McLaren, which explains some of those links that we've been seeing of late. He then became Fred Rutten's assistant again in 2009 at PSV Eindhoven. In 2012, after being a number 2, Ten Hag made the step up to being the first team manager, and he was appointed manager of second division Dutch side Go Ahead Eagles. He was there for just one season and he achieved promotion into the Eredivisie for the first time that Go Ahead Eagles had reached that in 17 years, and he was already starting to put his name out there, which is where Bayern Munich came calling. Doing well straight off the bat, he gained himself a move to a top club. And in 2013, Ten Hag became the manager of Bayern Munich 2 for 2 seasons, where he admitted that he learnt a lot from Pep Guardiola. I guess he probably got his first taste of what a mega club was really like to be run like internally. And that might be setting him up for what's about to come now with Manchester United. But he says he learnt a lot from Guardiola while he was there as first team coach. It does explain a lot of the similarities that you see in both what Guardiola does and also in how Ten Hag sets up his current Ajax side. And the final job that he got actually before taking the Ajax job was a 2-year stint at Utrecht, where he brought a new style of play to the Eredivisie. Again, Ten Hag succeeded with Utrecht, leading them to a 5th place finish in his first season and then 4th in his second, gaining Europa League qualification. But really, it was Ajax that put him on the map. This is the big one. Mark Overmars, just recently departed as a director of Ajax, was a key shareholder at Go Ahead Eagles at the time and was clearly impressed by what he saw. And Overmars was a massive factor in bringing Ten Hag to Ajax. When he was appointed as manager of Ajax in 2017, he immediately impressed, taking Ajax to the Europa League final in Stockholm. Some of you may remember what happened in that game. And in his second season, he won his first league and cup double. Now, a lot of people talk about going to Ajax and it being like, winning the title in Scotland with either Celtic or Rangers, or winning the title with Bayern Munich or something like that. But it isn't the case, because there'd been a little bit of a lean spell at Ajax prior to Ten Hag coming in. But since he's come in, he's been flawless in terms of not just the results, but the manner of the results and the style of play as well. In 2018-19, he famously took that very, very young, very homegrown centric Ajax side to the semi-finals of the Champions League. This was the season where Europe started to take note of Ten Hag. And he built that young Ajax side with homegrown academy players as the foundation. A very exciting, very front foot focused style of play. He took them to the semi-finals of Europe. Now, yeah, Ajax might have a big budget compared to the rest of their Eredivisie, but they certainly don't have a big budget compared to some of the teams that they were up against and some of the teams that they were found a little bit wanting against. And more impressive than even taking a team like Ajax to the semi-finals of the Champions League, which they'd not done for a long time, is the fact that he rebuilt the Ajax side. They got rinsed. Those players got scattered across the top leagues in Europe, and they rebuilt them without missing a beat. The next season was cancelled due to coronavirus, with Ajax sitting pretty at the top, and then he did the double again in 2021. Right now, they're in first position and they're 4 points clear of PSV. Ten Hag has naturally come to the stage in his career where the next step is going to be a big club. There were some rumours about him potentially replacing Guardiola at City, and obviously their old connections would stack that up to a certain degree, potentially even being someone that's on Bayern Munich's radar after already being manager of Bayern Munich too. The problem is, if he did go to one of those clubs and carry on the success, especially if it was Bayern or City, he ain't going to get as much credit because it's an easier job. We've seen Pellegrini win a title with this Manchester City team, virtually, this Manchester City team. And then you saw what he did at West Ham, where he was provably worse than David Moyes. If Ten Hag, and importantly, Ten Hag and the backroom staff are able to do a restructure, retooling, and turn around a club like Manchester United, then he's going to get the sort of plaudits that Klopp has got and deserved. When a manager gets to a stage where the step up is inevitable, like he is now, there's usually a club that is ready for a new manager and a club that is ready for the next stage and a new leaf. Right now, Manchester United tick a lot of those boxes very, very sadly. No matter how hard the job is going to be, Manchester United is still a name too big to turn down for any manager. The next chapter of Erik Ten Hag's career is about to be the one that gets read the most. He's going to have more people than ever are going to have an opinion on the things he's done right and the things he's done wrong. He's going to need all of the experience that he's collected in his career. He does have experience of expectation at Ajax. He's got the experience of a mega club in Bayern Munich, despite the fact he was only there as part of the reserve side. We're about to find out what he's made of. Bring it on. Hey, thank you for watching the video. If you are new around these parts, then don't forget to subscribe. My channel is proudly supported by my community on Patreon. If you'd like to get a little bit of extra content, a Discord group, meetups, five-a-side games, weekly podcasts, behind the scenes, and even an occasional bit of transfer news as and when I get it, then for the price of a pint, you can show your appreciation for the content that we make and get some goodies for doing so as well. Check the link in the description or click the button right here. You'll also find all of my socials here too if you want to follow me on any of those platforms. Nice one.